Fair use video according to the copyright laws of 1976.
We are coming to you with urgent breaking developments out of the Middle East. And tonight, the direction of this conflict has shifted in a way that nobody in Washington or Tel Aviv was prepared to see on their screens. Iran is striking Tel Aviv right now, as we speak. Videos are flooding in from multiple sources on the ground in Israel. We are looking at footage showing large explosions in and around the Tel Aviv metropolitan area. Fires visible across the skyline. Emergency sirens audible in the background of every clip we are receiving. Residents filming from windows, from rooftops, from streets as projectiles streak across the night sky. And here's the detail that is stopping every defense analyst we are speaking with tonight dead in their tracks. The Iron Dome is not stopping them. Israel's Iron Dome air defense system, the most battle-tested, most celebrated missile defense architecture in the world, is being penetrated tonight. Not overwhelmed in the sense of being fired at from multiple directions with conventional rockets. Penetrated, bypassed. The incoming projectiles are reaching their targets before the interception system can generate a successful kill. And the
Daniel 8:25. And through his policy, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. And he shall magnify himself in his heart. And by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but shall be broken without hand. It's getting ready to go down, folks. This is like we've been telling you, World War III already started. And I want to show you guys something really quick. I got to show you this. And you tell me if you don't see a face. Tell me if you don't see a face. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Full coverage. Iran leader. Kamali dead, Trump says, and then so on and so on. What in the hell is that demon smoke face? What's going on, folks? We're getting there. We're getting there. Prophecies are being fulfilled. Let's get it in the New Living Translation. And you guys can look at the other translations while I read it right here. But I'm going to read the New Living. He will be a master of deception, lies, and will become arrogant. Sounds familiar. He will destroy many without warning. It's going back and forth now, isn't it? He will even take on the prince of princes in battle, but he will be broken, though not by human power. So guess what, guys? We're coming to a whole different thing right now. We're coming into a whole different thing. So, and the reason why the Israelites are so excited about this, because this is biblical prophecy being fulfilled. But before I bring out the prophecy, I want to remind everybody of this. If you go to 2 Corinthians chapter 10, and we're going to go to verse 4. We're just going to skip right down to, we'll start at verse 3. But you can read it for yourself. It says, though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. Verse 4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds. So the reason why you got to bring this scripture out is because we're not supposed to be causing wars. So what does that tell you about the people that are in Israel? Now, let's get back to the prophecies being fulfilled, because we're going to have to go to the book of Matthew, chapter, we'll very basic. We'll go Matthew chapter 24 and start at verse, we'll start at verse 2, really. In fact, we might as well just start from the top, and I'm just going to read down a little bit, and then I'm going to jump up and show you, jump down even further. But I just have to show everybody that this is prophesied in the so-called New Testament, not the rest of the Tanakh, but the New Testament, which that's what these people did to gaslight, to make you doubt it. But why is it all coming true if it's not true? That's crazy, right? So let's go ahead and start from the top. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 1, and it reads, "And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him and shewed him the buildings of the temple." It's like, look at these great, beautiful palaces around here. Look how beautiful it's built. This place is so beautiful. And Yahushua said unto them, "See ye not these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down." So he's saying the whole place is going to be destroyed. And you just saw, it's beautiful because they've built up these great palaces right now. And doesn't he say they shall build, but I will throw down? That they're not going to ever be able to rebuild this place. And they're trying to rebuild their own version of Jerusalem. And the Most High is now literally dropping missiles directly on Tel Aviv, which honestly, isn't that where they have the alternative lifestyle month parade and like a full month of craziness in Tel Aviv? So going back into it, just saying, verse 3. "And then they sat about a Mount of Olives, and the disciples." So they sat, let me slow down. Verse 3. "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming? And of the end of what world?" And Yahushua answered and said unto them, "Take heed that no man deceive you." Now, I just showed you that in Daniel chapter 28. Let's go back to it. Let's go right here to it. Daniel chapter 8 and 25. And through his policy, he shall cause craft to prosper. Remember? What did it say in Daniel 8 and 25? I don't know what happened to it up there. I don't see it anywhere. It just disappeared. But let's go back to the New International Version. So what did it say? It said that he'll be a master of deception. He'll be the master of lies. And then what does it say right here? It says, take heed that no man deceive you, right? Take heed that no man deceive you. And what does it tell you in Daniel? It says, he will become arrogant. He will be the master of deception and will become arrogant. He'll be proud of himself. Look how great I am. I'm the best of everything ever that was ever. All right. I think you guys get the picture. But we haven't got to the point yet. So let me just go to. So for verse 6, for you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See not that ye be troubled. For these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. But what are you going to hear? Wars and rumors of wars. These are the beginnings of sorrows. And then it will jump it down some more. And then many shall be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And then you got the many false prophets shall rise. Look how you go on YouTube and there's all these every different, I don't care if you're a Christian, if you're an Israelite, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Buddhist, if there's got to be fucking 20 different denominations of the same thing. And the Jewish people are the same thing. They got all different denominations of Judaism. The only thing that's right is the truth. Yashar Allah. And it's a heritage, a culture, and an instruction book of the consequences of what will happen to us if we don't follow the law, and the blessings of what will happen if we do. And since we didn't, mostly throughout this book, it's the consequences. And right now we're at the end of suffering those consequences. So I have to show you guys just a few more things, okay? So let's keep going. And like I said, many false prophets shall rise up and shall deceive many. Going back to Daniel 8:25, NLT. New Living Translation. He shall be the master of deception. Just because he's not an Israelite doesn't mean that he's not going to be a false prophet. The people believe him and he prophesies what he wants. In other words, when he gets on the podium and lies to you and you believe him, then he's prophesied to you. But he prophesies lies because he's the master of deception and shall deceive many. And then because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. This place used to be like all American. Yeah, we all love each other. Now it's like, we got immigrants around. We got to get rid of them. So who taught you that? You guys had to be taught that, just like how you had to be taught that we were all one. So, I wanted to jump down, and then I need to show you two more things, and then we're going to call it. So, first, it says that we're going to skip over the pray that your flight's not in the winter and about the children giving suck, but we're going to jump down right here. For there shall be a great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. What's it talking about? What is it talking about? Let's go to Jeremiah real quick. This class, I'm just totally going off the top, so just bear with me. And I mean, these are basic scriptures anyway. Everybody should know these scriptures by heart. If you don't, then you need to study more. Jeremiah 30 and 7. And it reads, Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So he's going to be saved out of it. Okay? So we see that, and it says that for then there shall be a great tribulation. That's that great tribulation, the Jacob's trouble, that we're in it. We're in it. The war started. We were watching our people be dragged through the street, and we're next. It just hasn't hit that hard yet. And then let's keep moving though, because I also wanted to bring out one more thing. Actually, it's right here in verse 22. It says, except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So I want to close out with this. So we know that the days are going to be shortened, and you know, it's really moving fast right now. It's really moving. Things are really moving fast. Man, come on. Stop messing around. Just give me the... Okay, just calm down or my freaking computer's going to start messing up. So it said the days are going to be shortened. It says that we're going to be saved out of it. So it shows you right here. And this is how we're going to be saved out of it. And when you go to verse 11, this is Revelation chapter 11, verse 11, and after the 3.5 days. And so let me zoom in so you guys can see it. Sorry about that, Salakia. And it says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So these people are scared because the real Israelites are waking up. We can go to that Huckabee interview with Tucker Carlson. They're scared. Tucker Carlson, I'm going to get the video. I had a video up, but for some reason it had to come down. So I'm going to put the video back up, and I'm going to even show that Tucker Carlson did watch GMS back in the, I think it was the early 2000s or the late 90s. I can't remember. But anyways, I'm just saying they're scared. They're scared right now. They know what's going on, but they don't want to say anything. So fear fell upon them which saw them. And then you go to verse 12, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven, and in a cloud, and their enemies beheld him. So this is the being saved out of it. This is the fear not, but the end is not yet. This is the, let me get it. I forgot to bring this one out, and this is like one of the most important ones. Matthew 24 and 13 real quick, because we forgot to bring that out. But what does it say? He that endure until the end, the same shall be saved. So this is what it's talking about. So the people that endure to the end, throughout all what's going on right now, we're at Jacob's trouble. We're still not in the mix yet. It's just starting to happen. You guys can see that tidal wave now, I bet, that you can't get away from. You can see it coming. I see all these people throwing out their dreams and everything. But anyway, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And this is the beautiful part. We're being saved out of this. But look, this is how we'll know when it's for real. Verse 13 says, after we're saved, in that same hour, and the same hour was there a great earthquake, and a 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. And the remnant were affrighted, and gave glory to Yahweh of heaven. Verse 14, the second woe is past, and the third woe, Salakia, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So the second total and utter destruction has passed, and that was the World War II in 1948, was when they re-proclaimed Israel from the Palestinians. And then it says, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. We're in that third woe right now. And it's a beautiful thing. I mean, none of us, as Yashar Allah, I'm not talking about the 2/3 of the other nations. When I say none of us, I'm talking about the children of Israel that were keeping this truth the whole time when everybody else says they were being saved. Remember, you're proclaiming that this is the children of Israel. And the children of Israel returned in 1948. And so they already returned, but it said when the children of Israel return, there will be no more war. So with that being said, if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, I hope you got something out of this message. Call Halaya Yamla, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Waha Rakak Kwadash Tuwa.